Welcome back to the channel. My name is Thomas Fletcher and I'm the host of the LCSW and the Military Social Work Network. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor by smashing that like button, by subscribing to the channel, and by sharing this video with your social work colleagues and friends. The purpose of this channel is to create a community of hope and support where social workers can come for relevant news, information, and inspiration. Well, welcome back to Ask a Military Social Worker. I got a question from a viewer named Malik. And Malik wants to know, thank you Malik for commenting in a previous video. So Malik wants to know what the typical day is like for an Army social worker, 73 Alpha. First of all, I want to preface that I am a 73 Alpha, which is a social work officer in the Army National Guard reserve component, so I am not active duty. Okay, so the video that Malik was making a comment on was from when I was previously deployed in the Middle East last year. So let me maybe speak to that context. So I was deployed to the Middle East last year for a total of 6 months in theater. And forgive the way I'm speaking, guys, but I just got aligners, so I know I sound like Daffy Duck or somebody. I'm getting used to these aligners, so that's why I sound like this. But anyway, during the 6 months that I was deployed in Kuwait, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia, let that ambulance pass. I am in LA County, guys, so there's always some type of activity happening. Right now, I'm sitting in a park situated adjacent to the San Gabriel riverbed, so in LA County. So anyway, getting back to my deployment experience, while I was deployed in Kuwait, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia, to answer Malik's question specifically regarding PT, I did PT on my own, but the culture of the unit that I deployed with, we got up early in the morning before it got hot, so many of us would do PT on our own. Although there were other units that I noticed that did PT as a unit. So it's going to differ, between National Guard versus Army Reserve versus active duty, and then it's going to differ between the different branches. I deployed with an aviation unit, so it's going to differ from what type of unit you're in, if you're active duty, if you're Army Reserve, if you're Army National Guard. All right, so to answer your question, while I did deploy, I did PT on my own. There was like this main stretch that we used to do our runs, and then we did have access to 2 gyms where we could do strength training. And again, most people that went to the gym, I didn't frequent the gym as much as I did my runs, but most people who did frequent the gyms did go to the gym on their own. I think there may have been a few units that did go to the gym as a unit, but according to the regulations, they were not supposed to be doing that. So that's the answer to PT. And again, it's going to be different. If you're in the active duty side, it's going to be very different, and I don't have that experience, so I can't speak to that. The second question that Malik asked was, as a 73 Alpha, can you apply to different schools like Army Ranger School? And the answer is yes. Now again, it's going to depend on what unit you're in, and of course you're going to have to meet certain pre-qualifications, physical and other knowledge-based qualifications. But the opportunity, at least in the National Guard, the opportunities are there for us to go to different schools to get different tabs. So the answer to that is yes. And again, it's going to vary depending on which unit you're in. If you are in an infantry unit, the odds of being able to apply maybe be greater than if you're in another type of unit, because in an infantry unit, going to ranger school, going to air assault, it's going to be more valued than, say, if you're in a straight medical detachment. You may be less likely to get a slot to go to one of those schools. Not impossible, but maybe less likely, because they want to reserve them for their infantry units. So again, that's been my experience on the National Guard side. It may look completely different in the Army Reserve, and of course it's going to look very different for an Army Medical Corps on the active duty side. So those are my experiences. I'm going to stop there, but again, Malik, thank you for your comment and for your questions. I appreciate that, and I encourage everyone, and good luck on completing your PhD in social work, Malik. That's wonderful. But I want to encourage everybody else out there, if you have questions for me. I am a military social worker, Army National Guard. I am actually working on transferring to, I would probably land in the Army Reserve, just because they have so many slots for 73 Alpha social work officers. So my goal is to be able to transfer into the Army Reserve, and then to experience what life is like as an Army social worker in the Army Reserve. But again, if you have questions for me, I do have over 10 years of experience now as a social worker in the Army National Guard in California. I do have deployment experience. So don't hesitate to reach out to me with future questions, future comments. I love to see those comments and questions, and I love to make videos to answer them, and I do my best to answer your questions and your comments. So thank you, everybody who has sent me comments and questions in the past. Keep them coming. All right, I'm going to stop right there, but I want to thank you all for watching this video. For all the social workers and other licensed mental health professionals out there, thank you for the work that you do every day for your clients, for your agency, and for the profession. Please continue to support each other and yourselves. Bye for now.